is what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Without faith it's impossible to please him, but faith without works is dead. So teach me to love like you do. Teach me I trust in you, to help me to see like you do. I'm gonna have to show you through my actions, how I love you. I'm gonna have to show you through my actions, how I love you. Ooh, show you through my actions. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you through my actions. I wanna be obedient, and I'm gonna be. You told me to be holy and to serve you only. Give me wisdom and keep me strong, yeah, yeah. Clear my vision and right my wrongs every day. And as you show me your way, I'm gonna have to show you through my actions, how I love you. I'm gonna have to show you through my actions, how I love you. Ooh, show you through my actions. I'm gonna have to show you through my actions.
I keep learning the same lessons while I'm steady missing out on these blessings. I need your eyes to see what you see in me, 'cause I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but you still love me. So show me how to love and teach me how to be selfless. But I know it starts with me, so I really gotta get this practice. Yeah. So no more distraction, I gotta function.
I'm gonna have to show you through my actions, how I love you. I'm gonna have to show you through my actions, how I love you. Ooh, show you through my actions. I'm gonna have to show you through my actions.
Talk your shit, or I'm not getting you no pussy.
I'm gonna fight real guys. I ain't know how to fight him.
You ain't know you had to fight him.
That's right here. I'm gonna fight real good.
You should have been that bitch. Damn. Oh. Don't do me. You ain't beefing with me.
I'm trying to hug you.
Get a toss. Beat that bitch up. I don't want you that bitch. That shit go right there. That shit go. Yeah.
Everybody got a story.
That's right.
But allow Auburn to pour it out the way he wants him to tell it. You know,
Shortest DJ in the world. Can't hold that pain in every day. I gotta talk about it. I know I say I'm from the trenches. This for everybody. I put the scripture in my heart, so I can't live without it. Trying to raise my family members, that's a stronger body. I got a fire burning deep. I can't hold it in. Me and my brothers feel alone. It ain't many men. Used to hold that pain in every day. I talk about it. You who are brought us from our darkest, they can't live without them. I only rap to save a life. I don't want the fame. They put the scriptures in they rap to get some worldly things. Some people not around, only me mean that growth is change. I see them prostitute they talent cause they love to change. I'm in the middle of my brothers, I'm like Marlon Wayans. My life was dusty like the desert, so he sends the rain. My people killing off each other like in Hunger Games. These demons in the center of our circle, stranger things. My heart be heavy, but I focus on the better days. Needed bread, I ate the scriptures and I found my place. Application, repetition, man, it really pays. Lead the crowds in the bucket, they got dirty ways. They watch your actions and believe that it's not a phase. I give my Abba all my strength and give him daily praise. Pressure makes a diamond, so I told a lot of weight. Righteous actions every day can help you see his face. Can't hold that pain in every day, I gotta talk about it. I know I say I'm from the trenches, this for everybody. I put the scripture in my heart so I can't leave without it. Trying to raise my family members, that's a stronger body. I got a fire burning deep, I can't hold it in. Me and my brothers feel alone, it ain't many men. Used to hold that pain in every day, I talk about it. Yahuah brought us from our darkest, they can't live without him.
Presence is where I wanna be. Anoint me with your light. Put your wisdom inside of me. I just wanna play my position, and it don't matter what's the mission. With your power and your might, I can do anything. With the armor of your word, I don't fear anything. With my blood and sweat, I will defend your name. I don't care what they say, for you I'll bear the shame. I gotta show the cry on my people. Y'all protect us from all this evil. I can hear the warning sound, this is not a game. I'm calling you Yahuah, please heal the pain.
Can't hold that pain in every day, I gotta talk about it. I know I say I'm from the trenches, this for everybody. I put the scripture in my heart so I can't live without it. Trying to raise my family members, that's a stronger body. I got a fire burning deep, I can't hold it in. Me and my brothers feel alone, it ain't many men. Used to hold that pain in every day, I talk about it. Yahuah brought us from our darkest, they can't live without him. Every day I talk about it. Yahuah brought us from our darkest, they can't.
I think you and me ought to have a conversation about this. Well, folks, now we have it. Black elves, black dragon riders, and black mermaids to beat it all. And if you're thinking to yourself, I hate this, it's just not accurate, well, let me just say, these are fantasy creatures, made-up characters, and you're mad because they added a skin color. Well, it's just not accurate to the original story. You didn't have a problem when they changed Jesus' skin color in the original story, so why are you up in arms about it this time? You know, being upset that a television show diversified its characters isn't very I don't see colors of you. Folks, I want to remind you that your words and feelings about this topic aren't just fueling the flames of systemic bigotry, but you're telling the black people in your life that they don't deserve representation, that by them simply existing alongside a white cast, the show has less value, and that is really, really hurtful. Much love.
People say that they know what's going on, then turn around and act like nothing's wrong. And I don't get it, cause it could be me and you. We're just separated by the ignorance of what to do. We're trying so hard to try and numb ourselves, but who knew that we'd be ones who needed help? We don't know what it feels like to live in love, cause we are the ones who treasure the pleasure. Try to get out of our comfort zone, but not too much. It has to happen to a neighbor for us to just get up. No, I don't even get it, but I know we just gotta quit it. Cause while I'm sitting here singing, I know there's someone saying,
we can't give up, no. We can't get through this. I know it's hard, we gotta try and trust that God will heal again. God heal again. God heal again. Heal again. The greatest commandments to love our God. The second one is to love our neighbor. Somebody please tell me where we went wrong. We gotta get back to the heart of a savior. Feeling like we lost our direction. Feeling like we living but lost our perspective. How we gonna claim that we living for the heart of God when in reality we disconnected? No reflection of his intentions. He loved us first, can't forget it, so we can't be selective. One falls down, we all affected, cause we all connected, yeah. We can't give up, no. We can't get through this. I know it's hard, we gotta try and trust that God will heal again. God heal again. God heal again.
As of January 1st, 2023, the following things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners. Officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them, and whether or not it's legal. As of January 1st,
Man, that brother sat there and said, what level of force did you decide to give them? And then he added on, and if it is legal. What level of force? And if it is legal? Let's continue, man. I got some more.
I feel alive, it makes me wanna sing, living with the King of Kings, so down the street of New Jerusalem, smiling every day. Walking down the street of New Jerusalem takes my breath away. Walking down the street of New Jerusalem, smiling every day. Walking down the street of New Jerusalem takes my breath away.
I'm walking on the streets of gold.
That is going to
I hear the
be a
waterfalls
beautiful
calling
song.
out my name.
Hey,
Last 100 years, the game has been played where white always moves first. So that the white side of the chessboard is playing offense, defense. The black side of the chessboard has to play defense, offense. So I say that that's a perfect analogy to white supremacy. White supremacy has to move against non-white people for the purpose of white genetic survival, you see. And also, the game of chess is about checkmating the king. You see, with white moving offensively and then defensively, that means that the real issue in the game of chess is about the white king checkmating the black king. And I say that that is perfectly analogous to racism, white supremacy, because the primary thrust of the attack of racism, white supremacy, it's against all black people or all non-white people, but it is most specifically against the black male, because it is the black who can cause white genetic annihilation. Do you see? And so the game of chess is about the white king checkmating the black king. And so I say that if we begin to say, oh, it's like the game of chess. You see, and black people say, oh, we didn't understand that. Oh, now we can play, because it's just a matter of tactics and strategy. And I go further, to look at the chessboard as though each of these columns, each of the vertical columns on the chessboard, we really need 9. And if we looked at it, one column represents economics, another economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. And so you have to play on those 9 fronts simultaneously, which is just like playing chess. You don't play on just one column. You have to play and look at all of the columns at the same time. Do you see? And so if we now begin to say, oh, we understand the dilemma of the white minority on the planet, that they are actually operating in fear of white genetic annihilation, you see, and the intention then being to survive, white genetic survival by any necessary means, and I mean any necessary means, then black people can begin to say, oh, okay, that means that we have to have tactics and strategies for, you see, black survival and maximal development. In the presence of this continuous onslaught, we will give up completely, you see, begging and pleading, that all of that energy, like 90% of our energy as black people in this area of the world, is being spent begging and pleading, you see, but that would be analogous to the person who's playing the black side of the chessboard begging the white side to let them win.
Let's go. Hey, Yahuah, I see you in the building, King. Man, all praises to our Most High Yahuah Yahudah, bro. All praises, King. Man, may the Most High always hold you, guide you, bless you, keep you, and protect you and your whole family out here now. And you know we are forever out here. Kwan Yasharala. Come on, Zion. Come on, Zion. Let's go, Yashara. Let's go, families. To the next music joint. I got 2 of them.
Hiding your love, no, it's not the same.
I can feel your presence in my skin, giving life to my heart within. I could never try this, no, 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 no. Been a while, glad you took your time with me. On my soul, I could be alive with you. Early in the morning is my contact. When I take a little time, cause you're better than gold in my fingers. More than everything I imagined. Fire in my bones, you make me true out of my head. Cause I'm lost in your fire. It's where I come so alive. Cause I'm lost in your fire. Goes up like dynamite. When my soul is pining, this is where I'm hiding. In you. When I'm lost and crying, in your arms relying. In you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 'Cause I'm lost in your vibe, and I'm lost in your vibe, and I'm lost in your eyes. In your eyes, 'cause I'm lost in your vibe. In your vibe, and I'm lost in your eyes. In your eyes, 'cause I'm lost in your vibe. In your vibe, 'cause I'm lost in your eyes. In your eyes, and I'm lost in your vibe. In your eyes, and I'm wrapped in your arms. In your arms, oh, I just need you to tell me if you're vibing. I'm not one for outing, and I don't need no bad energy. I've been patient with myself, going through my health, learning for myself that if you gon' be in my life, taking my time, I'ma need it to be something worthwhile. So I gotta thank my God for giving me some clarity. Not everybody that I vibe with is so good for me. Don't waste my energy, slating back up from me. I'm keeping all my peace, yeah. I just need you to tell me if you're vibing. I'm not one for outing, and I don't need no bad energy. I've been on a different feeling, working for my healing, won't lower my ceiling. I'm just being real, man. Yeah, if you're not a friend to me, when I'm making memories, don't need no bad energy. And if you're killing waves, you gotta go now. I'm not trying to slow down, playing games is old now. I'm just trying to grow now, yeah. If you're not a friend to me, when I'm making memories, don't need no bad energy, yeah. I don't need no bad energy, no cap. You and I both get a glass. How you seeing your half? These things matter. Who you surround yourself with? Who gon' have your back and turn to prayer with? Okay, that's how you live when you're living by faith. And need some real ones gon' get around me. Know how to praise when I wanna complain. Who gon' lift me up when I'm falling down? Not go wear me out. I just need you to tell me if you're vibing. I'm not one for outing, and I don't need no bad energy. 'Cause lately I've been on a different feeling, working for my healing, won't lower my ceiling. I'm just being real, man. Yeah, if you're not a friend to me, when I'm making memories, don't need no bad energy. And if you're killing waves, you gotta go now. I'm not trying to slow down, playing games is old now. I'm just trying to grow now, yeah.
continue strong out here, Yahuah. Man, you know we out here, man. We royalty, king. We must be tested. We must be tested.
Its use amongst coastal Africans in Gambia who were heavily influenced and likely still under Imperial Mali. These Gambians made use of poisonous arrows, which was effective against Portuguese intrusion. Other Africans across the continent used biological agents as well. However, it seems as though there was one African state that consistently defended its borders against powerful kingdoms and empires, incorporating this very strategy. This African state was known as Borgu.
Pause. My brother said for us to go check out Coach in the fight on the tool, family. So we finna get to go over there and show some love over there. Try to check out a couple of his videos. That way that y'all can go over there and just know what he's about, family. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as we get with this educational information, we finna get to go straight over there to Coach in the fight. I appreciate that, Yahuah. We appreciate that, man. Let's go, families.
Warfare in pre-colonial Africa was a serious business in which both technological and scientific knowledge was utilized. The scientific knowledge involved serious researches into the use of plants and animals with toxin.
And I'll pray.
Toxins from either of the two or the application of the two were used to advance or defend the territorial integrity of their various states. One of the pre-colonial African states that was known to have effectively used the biologicals to defend its territorial integrity was Borgu, a state known to have successfully maintained its independence throughout the pre-colonial period. Borgu is a region that extended from the northeastern and eastern banks of the Niger River and continued westward toward the Alabori Mountains and south of the rainforest of the Yoruba. Today, we recognize Borgu as being part of western Nigeria and northern Benin. For clarity, Borgu was a collection of states ran by the Wasangari, or princes. These princes, all recognizing some form of kinship and common origin, formed various states in the Borgu region. The ruling class was said to have first established themselves at Ilo in Nigeria, then at Busa in Nigeria, and finally Nikki in Benin. In order for these states to have formed, the princes had to have a strong militia. The Wasangari were the warrior class who invaded countries via horseback. They were the backbone of all military contingents. Warfare was taken as a serious business in Borgu. To an average Borgawa, a military defeat meant death. A Borgawa would never allow himself enslaved and would therefore do anything to win, even if the war was prolonged or the country was under any siege. The Borgawa soldiers therefore relied on their weapons and biologicals for this greatly desired victory. The principal weapons used by the various Borgu states was the bow and arrow, spear, sword, and the hand axe. But Borgu had another weapon that could not be seen with the naked eye. As it concerned biological warfare, different methods were used amongst various African peoples. The poisonous agent was usually either a plant or animal, and from there the toxic material was extracted. Some used both plants and animals in combination to create the toxic formula. This was mostly the method in Borgu. In the case of Borgu, the preparation varied from state to state, but the most popular method was the combination of toxins from plants and animals. The act of poisoning was known as sewi, and the plant used was the Strophanthus hispidus, called dia, locally grown in the country. This plant is especially known or obtainable in a rocky place. Its seeds were needed for the biologicals. The animals used tended to be snakes, caterpillars, some insects, and even bees. The extracted poison was then coated on the weapons of war. According to one source, this poison could last on the weapon for about 50 years. One very interesting way Borgu used biological warfare was not to totally destroy, but to hypnotize. To hypnotize the enemies, the Batanu of Borgu had a powdery substance which was spread at the war front. If inhaled by the enemies, it had the effect of taking the enemies into a stupor, becoming drowsy or sleepy. When this was done, the Borgawa would easily capture and enslave the victims. The methods used by the Borgu states apparently were so effective that their use, accompanied with other military factors, helped them to consistently defend their region from multiple African kingdoms and empires. Empires such as Songhai, Sokoto, and Oyo, and kingdoms such as the Hausa, Nupe, and even Dahomey with their famous female warrior contingents. In fact, one European visitor witnessed the use of biological warfare from a Borgu state. Mokli ferryman traveled up the Niger and documented the Dahomey invasion of Borgu territory, claiming himself that their poisoned arrows enabled them to hold their own with the forces of Dahomey, notwithstanding the latter's muskets. So even the Dahomey military, equipped with muskets, could not defeat this Borgu state and their biological warfare tactics. I cannot stress enough the significance of Borgu maintaining its sovereignty against multiple, very powerful African states. Empires such as Songhai and Sokoto alone were seemingly invincible for a period of time. Repulsing their attacks alone is more than worthy of note. Finally, Borgu was not just known for creating the poisonous agents, but also creating the antidote known as Bawani. This antidote even saved the life of Lord Lugard, a British soldier and the eventual Governor General of Nigeria. Although biological warfare was used across Africa, Borgu seemed to have had plenty opportunity in putting it to use and creating a system in which it was readily available and effective. It's rare we hear about the consistent use of multiple biological agents in Africa and how it helped to maintain the structural integrity of a sovereign state against multiple empires. Well, I'm all out, guys. If you like these videos and want to help in its continued development, consider supporting the Home Team on Patreon.com. The link is in the description box below.
6 p.m. I'm stalling. 10 p.m. I'm waiting for your call. Lord, I'm tired of running. 'Cause every time I run, I seem to fall. I wanna go back to the way we used to be. But if I come back right now, will you still speak? I think I ran just far enough. I think it's time to embrace your love. Who could let me through my highs and lows? Who could make me feel so vulnerable? Oh Lord.
Hey, I've been cooling, bro. I pray that you've been good too, my brother. And to the daughters of Zion out there, our sisters, man, the queens, man, our ribs, man.
PM, I'm stalling. 12 a.m. I'm waiting for your call. Yeah. Lord, I'm tired of running. Yeah. 'Cause every time I run, I seem to fall. Yeah. I wanna go back to the way we used to be. But if I come back right now, will you still speak? I think I ran just far enough. I think it's time to embrace love. Who could love me through my highs and lows? Who could make me feel so vulnerable? Oh Lord.
Vibing, that's why. It was definitely vibing. Let's go.
Before the career of P&B begun, Rakim Allen, born December of 91, out in Philly. For a brother's life wasn't sweet. As a toddler, his pops lost his life through the streets. With no father in the home, soon rap start listening to Tupac, hanging with bad crowds, moving wild, commenced to stick-ups, ended up in a juvenile detention center, face screaming tragedy, till he seen his big brother get killed, and that changed his reality. Wanted to change up directions, but ended up catching a case for possession at 19, 33 pained outcome. While inside, stumbled on the Drake album, Take Care, inspired him to take initiative and tap into his musical giftedness. Wrote R&B in jail, owned it, but it was a rap when he came home. He was homeless. Uncle helped raise him, got off, he was gone. On top of that, now his first daughter is born. No looking back at this point, it's just on. Still poor, he decided to pour it in songs. P&B was born, he got his name there. From his street corner, Pistorius and Baton. Dropped the next tape, the buzz grew gigantic. Got a deal with Atlantic. Name ripping up stages. Everything is drip. From not having nothing to every day we lit. Singles like Feelings and Selfish was ill. But some ain't got feelings, they selfish for real. Cause while he out fresh with all his drip, with his lady he just had his second daughter with. To grab a quick plate, they decide to go South Central LA, get some Roscoe's. Robbers came in abrupt, and that's when P&B was finally struck. A promising life is over. The loss of P&B rocked the culture. Over jewels and ice, that tell you some people wasn't never given jewels in life. Talking about advice that could guide them. Let's not point fingers, that's part of the problem. So much pain in this lesson. To his family, I give P&B prayers and blessings.
Man, let's go, man. That's my brother, Cash Flow, man. He truly be going in, man. I mean, I got put on him by one of my ox, and I'm glad he most definitely put me up on him. You know what I'm saying? So we finna get to go into coaching the fight, families. I heard this name before for some reason, just don't know where. Yeah, there you go. So, my bad. So we're gonna go and coach in the fight. There you go. Hey, I knew it, King. I knew it. I'm already showing him love. I knew I heard his name before. You know what I'm saying? Like where did I hear his name from? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this man, they go in. He got over 1K videos too on top of that too. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely be going in, you know what I'm saying? Panels and man, really try to keep you up to date, man. You know what I'm saying? They do some beautiful work over here, man. They really do. Coaching the fight. You so right, my brother. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I got put on him by one of my ox. We was at class one day, and he was like, "Man, they really be going over like truly like documents, like documentations and everything." So I really love that when people can bring out sources, man. You know what I'm saying? Bring out them witnesses, y'all. The Most High said and said you have to have 2 or more witnesses to make every word be established, man. So there's an order that he has in his rulership. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. With that being said, families, I do know about my brother right here, man. Most definitely know about coaching the fight. Most definitely. I knew I heard his name before. So, my bad. There you go. All right, family. So we're gonna go to my boy right here.
Of who God is.
Let's get it.
You know, many a times that I have thought I knew God in certain ways or fashions, but I realize I only know just this much. Watch the video and I'll be back.
And in addition, once you've told me where God comes from, please try to clarify how you can figure that a spiritual force can have an impact on a material universe to create it. I think that some years ago we already talked about that kind of thing in philosophical circles at any rate, by posing the question, if angels are made of spiritual matter and a pen is made of material matter and spiritual matter displaces no space, how many angels can dance on the tip of a pen? I have a sense of sort of reversal experience here, but please do, go ahead.
You got 5 minutes. Now, I just want to know which question.
That's all right. You may take the rest of the minute.
We're supposed to do one question at a time. Which one would you like? That was part of the format for the debate. So which question?
I want you to fill in the story of the rest of the beginning of the universe. God, spiritual matter, impact on material matter.
Okay. So 2 questions. All right. Go ahead. All right, your question, where did God come from, assumes that you're thinking of the wrong, obviously it displays that you're thinking of the wrong God, because the God of the Bible is not affected by time, space, or matter. If he's affected by time, space, or matter, he's not God. Time, space, and matter is what we call a continuum. All of them have to come into existence at the same instant, because if there were matter but no space, where would you put it? If there were matter and space but no time, when would you put it? You cannot have time, space, or matter independently. They have to come into existence simultaneously. The Bible answers that in 10 words. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heaven, there's space, and the earth. There's matter. So you have time, space, matter created a trinity of trinities there. Just, time is past, present, future. Space has length, width, height. Matter has solid, liquid, gas. You have a trinity of trinities created instantaneously. And the God who created them has to be outside of them. If he's limited by time, he's not God. The guy who created this computer is not in the computer. He's not running around in there changing the numbers on the screen, okay? The God who created this universe is outside of the universe. He's above it, beyond it, in it, through it. He's unaffected by it. So the concept that a spiritual force cannot have any effect on a material body, well then I guess you'd have to explain to me things like emotions and love and hatred and envy and jealousy and rationality. I mean, if your brain is just a random...
Now, I just want to remind you, families, that not only he's basing like anatomy with his families, complete science, but families, man, he is going straight biblical. He even named the 7 things that the Most High Yah hates, families. We call these the seven deadly sins, man. We call these the 7 deadly sins. So when you go into Isaiah chapter 11, and I think you read verse I think it's 1 through 13 or 14, Isaiah chapter 11, start at verse 1 and read that joker all the way down to verse 13 or 14, families. And it's going to tell you about his characteristics, my brothers and sisters, the things that he loves, families, other than what the Holy Spirit that gives you, like patience, peace, love, joy, happiness, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. This is beautiful. Let's continue.
Collection of chemicals that form by chance over billions of years. How on earth can you trust your own reasoning processes and the thoughts that you think? Okay, so your question, where did God come from, is assuming a limited God. And that's your problem. The God that I worship is not limited by time, space, or matter. If I could fit the infinite God in my 3-pound brain, he would not be worth worshiping, that's for certain. So that's the God that I worship. Thank you.
All praises, families. I got some more. I got your brother got some more. So now we forgot to go over here to honor and humility with my brother Malachi Maccabees, man. Malachi Maccabees, families, over here in honor and humility, and we forgot to go into the book of discipline, and we can get some little bit of understanding right quick. My bad. Let's go over here to honor and humility. There you go. Boom. And there you go. The realm of the unseen. And this is the book of discipline, the reality of the set apart Ruach HaKodesh. Families, there's a lot of things that a lot of people is not, grasping on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's because they fear it, they scared, they have a lack of understanding on it, whatever the case may be. But families, you have to exercise your mind. You have to exercise that thing. Just like you exercise your body, just like you exercise you have to exercise your knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're able to obtain a wisdom at a higher level, families. We forever knowing, y'all. That does not mean that you cannot obtain higher wisdom, my brothers and sisters. A higher learning, a higher understanding, man. So before we go over here, let's get another music joint right quick. I want to get y'all into it, y'all. I'm trying to get you into it. So let's get 2 music joints, and then we figure to go into the book of discipline, because I'm eating out your families, and all this stuff you can find biblical, y'all. A translation is when different scribes took bits and pieces out of your holy scriptures, families, and they just completely just, man, they did a good work on this, man. They really, really did, y'all. Now I see why Isaiah was trying to tell us, families, to go here a little and there a little. You know what I'm saying? Line upon line, line upon line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand why Isaiah was trying to tell us that. Like, there's more than what you can put in just this one book. Now I see why Christ sits there and says that he comes as the whole volume of the book is written of him. He's trying to tell you that you got to go, you have to go by thy precepts, family. It's a command, a order that's telling you that you have to go here. You have to go to this location, and you have to execute when you get to this location. Then I'm finna send you to another destination. That's a whole different location, families, where we gotta go what? Execute. We have to, that's action, y'all. That's complete action. That's action, man. Let's go. It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait, family. Good things happen to those who what? Wait. That's the spirit of patience, y'all. The ruach of patience, man.
They keep telling me to let it go. They ain't see what I've been shown. I guess you never got the same memo.
We have to be tested,
we
family.
Keep going in
We
circles,
tried in the
like
fire,
I've seen
family.
it all.
Like pure gold.
Heard it all. Tell me, is it love? I can't shake it all.
He made it his image. Just believe that.
I just play it out.
And if he made it that image,
like I ain't involved.
just believe, family, you have his likeness. Let's go.
I fought to keep that window open. We made our choices, now it's closed. How many times are we gon' risk it all? I don't wanna say after one that I know. Just wanna be the only one. If we were made for someone else, why can't we move on? Move on. All these feelings we've been holding on to. Do you do when that feeling ain't new? Lord, know that he been working on me. I just pray that he been working on you. You. Know that I've been praying. You. Yeah. Hey, I put my heart in a lot. Wait, don't got to co-sign it. Every time I put that love in retirement. He sending signs to remind me. What if it's just a matter of time? And what if it's loving we were too blinded? You know I love you for more than your body. We done been through that fire to refine it. Tell me what you looking for. Tell me is he walking through that door? I know we've been through them all, but I don't wanna say. I don't wanna say after one that I know. Just wanna be the only one. If we were made for someone else, why can't we move on? Move on. that he been working on you.
Know that I've been praying.
Yeah, too, man. That's my brother Jordan May, man. Y'all go check out that Ock, man. He reminds you if you was kind of raised up in the 90s, man, you know about this dude called John B. John B, man. You know what I'm saying? This brother reminds you of John B. Most definitely, families. He was able to get a record deal and everything, families. He was able to chase the bag, families. You know, that's why he got a song called Rags to Riches. You know what I'm saying? Rags to riches. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about changing your garments, y'all. That cloth, your linen, your white linen, man. Changing your garments, man. The question is, who's giving you the garments and what you putting on? That's the question. Sometimes you gotta let it go. Let's go.
Mixing all of my emotions. Why is telling me to focus? Temptation's telling me to tote this. But all the lies I hear is bogus. Where am I really supposed to be in tough times close to the Son of Man who forgave me? The Son of Man who forgave me. And it's still die. Never riding solo, it's just you and I. Trust in the spirit is a suicide, or the best thing ever, you should still decide. Yeah. Part of the plan was to be removed from the path of the darkness. I've been approved to be made in the likeness of the Son of God.
Always remember,
Made in the
Yahuah,
likeness of the Son of God.
the sons and daughters of Zion.
New heavens will come down in all of His glory.
And you forever strong, got you, man.
Left the 99 and came just right back for
Be
me.
pride in that family, y'all.
For me.
We are out here, man.
The
Let's go.
Father has His hands stretched out right now. Ever and ever
Come
and
on,
ever.
man.
Lord God, can you look at my life right now? Ever and ever. The Father has His hands stretched out right now. Lord, help me to. Help me to.
That's right.
The Father has His hands stretched out right now. Ever and ever and ever. Lord God, can you look at my life right now? The Father has His hands stretched out right now. Lord, help me to.
Man, we out here. Damn. Let's go.
Lord God, can you look at my life right now? Yeah. The Father has His hands stretched out right now. Lord, help me to. Help me to.
That's right.
Lord God, can you look at my life right now? The Father has His hands stretched out right now. Lord, help me to.
That's right. One of my favorite joints right there, fellas. Yeah. Come on, man. Let it go. Let's go, families. All right, man. We're finna check out my brother. Man, he finna bring out some wonderful information, y'all. Man, it's gonna be deep. Before we go there, families, why are there poor countries? What's your thoughts on it? Let's go. Why are there poor countries?
Poor
And what are
countries.
your thoughts on it?
We like to think that rich countries are developed and poor countries are underdeveloped and they just need more time to catch up. A lot of this has to do with how everything started. Colonialism and imperialism gave Western countries the startup capital to be where they're at today. And they got this startup capital from robbing resources from the poor countries and stealing all of their human resource in the form of slave labor. But let's put all that aside for a moment.
Pause. This is where you get the origin or the lingo Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Let's go.
What are the forces right now that are perpetuating this cycle of impoverished countries. A huge factor in this is the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. These are basically the banks of the world. Their goal is to abolish poverty. So they offer loans to poor countries to help lift them out of poverty. But these loans have some pretty big stipulations. The World Bank and the IMF prohibit poor countries from nationalizing their resources. Why would they want to do this? They don't want these poor governments to have control over the resources. They want to keep it in the hands of foreign investors and corporations that are mostly owned by the United States and Western countries. These loans ensure that those resources will not go to benefit the public of those poor countries. Also, these loans prohibit these countries from subsidizing their own resources because they say it'll be unfair in the global market. The loans are subprime, meaning they have very high interest rates, and they may never ever be paid off. So these governments spend a huge part of their national revenue paying off loans. Guess where the World Bank and the IMF are headquartered? They're in Washington, D.C. Guess who has most of the control over these banks? The United States. Guess what country decided that it's okay for them to subsidize their exports to have an unfair advantage in the global market? The United States. Poor countries are kept back by the chains of debt. And it's actually poor countries that develop rich countries, not the other way around. Poverty is not foreordained. It is deliberate, it is by design, and it is manufactured.
The real origin of Thanksgiving. Families, man, if you control the water source, the money, the finances, families, and food, man, you can cripple any nation. It's called the arts of war, the rules of warfare. The rules of warfare. Wealth, water, and food. Let's go. Let's go. Let's eat. Timestamp here, families. It's 40. Let's go.
Y'all heard me, bag of quarters? Y'all already know. Let me check the chat out, man. Sometimes I get the comment. Y'all say, Mally, you got a way with words. You know, that's the jargon. You know what I mean? That's that Nazarene jargon. You know, that's the vernacular. You know what I mean? That's the vernacular, baby. You know, ain't nothing but love over here, though. All right, I see y'all in the building. Okay. Dang. Now this is what we about to read right here. If you've never heard of it, then you know, you can look these things up on Amazon. Look for the PDFs. Download to your computer. All that. I'm about to read through some of this, though. I found this very interesting. I was reading some of this today and was like, man, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. All right. So, Book of Discipline, Chapter 1. Discipline. God reveals who he is. All right. Pay attention. Pay attention. This is the word from the organic heaven. Hear the words of your God, oh man. I am your brethren. God just called you his brother. Oh, wait. So when we hear us say peace to the God, or peace to the righteous gods and goddesses, it's because based off the understanding, and if we really slowed down, we would have got that even. I mean, it tell you right there in Psalms 82 and 6, ye are gods. Huh? John the 10th chapter, if he called them God to whom the word of God came, the scripture can't be broke. But here God is revealing that I'm your brother. I was a man too. I was in flesh too. I came through the womb of a woman too. Wow. Hear the words of your God, oh man. I am your brother, risen from mortality to a holy place in heaven. Profit in my wisdom and be admonished by my love. For a brother, so shall it be with you, to rise also in time to come, and look back to mortals, and call them to the exalted heavens of the Almighty. Bag drop. Look at that. So what the ministering angel, your elder brother and sisters are doing for you, you'll be doing the same thing in times to come.
It's all about service done unto others. That's all it is. The angels are there to raise you up, to raise you so you can experience the emancipated heavens of the Creator, because his creation is forever expanding. That's tight. I mean, I didn't read nothing evil, and that's what I've been trying to tell people who have a problem with, you know, the OASP, Sky, Earth, Spirit, or even the Nazarene. Read. What have you read in there that's evil, satanic? I'm not talking about what you done read that you disagree with. What have you read that's evil and satanic that the Creator is condoning? And what you're going to find out is everybody is basing their disapproval based off something outside of them. It ain't based off, you ain't heard nobody say, look, I read that, and brother, chapter and verse, and you know, you got all these precepts to debunk what the brothers has been bringing out. See what I'm saying? Nah, you just rather say, nah, that was a white man. So is everyone that got everything to do with a Hebrew dictionary. Ain't no Hebrew Israelite put out no Hebrew dictionary, no Hebrew words. I don't care if you're talking about the Strong's Concordance. I don't care if you're talking about the Ben Yehudah Pocket Dictionary. I don't care if you're talking about the Browns, Driver, Briggs, and all these are so-called white men who are defining your words. You understand? If you're talking about Kemet, Champollion, that's the father of Egyptology. He was a Frenchman. First one to decipher. You understand what you call the Medu Neter and all that, the hieroglyphics. You talking about the Rosetta Stone? What you talking about? Well, that's still dealing with the Greeks. And how the Hebrews and everybody had to translate their histories into Greek and all that. No matter what you deal with, what I'm saying, a white man directly or indirectly has something to do with it. See what I'm saying? So we got to get past that and just deal with the information. Let's see whose information is more superior. You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't like the Israelites got a Bible that the white man ain't never touched. So there's a white man. Well, all the authors of your dictionaries. Hebrew was a dead language. The first Hebrew dictionary was produced by Yahuah Yahudah, a white man, in the 1800s. The first Hebrew lexicon in existence came from a so-called white man. All your definitions strong on a white man. Oh man, he was a Mason. So was King James. The Order of Scone, April 15th, 1601, at the age of 34, was initiated into the Order of Scone. King James was a Mason too. They got Masonic King James Bible. Stop it, that's easy. But if that ain't enough for you, so was Solomon. Every Mason revered Solomon. And we still, even though he went off, we still read his stuff, don't we? Don't we read Proverbs? Don't we read Wisdom of Solomon? Don't we read Ecclesiastes? How come on here y'all say, well, Solomon was a Mason. He wrote the Grimoires. All the Masons get their knowledge and everything from Solomon. But we still read. You understand what he wrote and apply what he wrote to make ourselves better. You see what I'm saying? So what you're going to find out is everything that the Israelites are complaining about, whether it's Nazarene literature or whether it's OASP, they guilty of the same thing. White man, Mason. What else is it? Oh, and spiritual communion or automatic writing. But that's what Ezra, 2nd Ezra 14. Spirit communion. He communed with the Spirit, and the Spirit spoke to him, and he spoke, and his scribes wrote while he was speaking in his trance. So it's always creator, angels, man. People got it right. It's the same thing. So when you realize that what y'all arguing over, or the excuses that you have not to deal with OASP, you already guilty of that dealing with the Bible. Once you understand that, then you can let all the fears go. Like, I may read that and get a spell cast on me or some crazy madness. You know what I mean? So whether we talking about white man, whether we talking about masonry, you dig, or whether we talking about spiritual communion or automatic right, you can find the same thing in the Bible. The word of God came to me and I spoke, and my scribes start writing. You see, it's the same exact thing. All right, now look at this. I'm gonna read this again. This is the word from the organic heaven. Hear the words of your God, O man. I am your brother, risen from mortality to a holy place in heaven. Profit in my wisdom and be admonished by my love. For as I am your older brother, so shall it be with you, to rise also in time to come. Look back to mortals. Call them to the exalted heavens of the Almighty. To Yahweh, to Jehovah, all adoration and glory forever. Amen. This. So you see, God is saying all praises, adoration, and glory to Yahweh. Yahweh and God are not the same. God is your brother. The Creator is not. The Creator is your father. See, God is giving praise to the Creator. God just told you, I was a one-time man like you. All praises, glory, and honor to the Creator. So whatever spirit manifested you until you bow, you stand before your God. Don't get your kneecaps dusty bowing to Him. You understand? Every high-raised angel, whether it's a God, Lord God, or whatever that's down with the Creator, will never accept your praise or worship. They're going to tell you just that, to Yahweh, to Jehovah, all adoration and glory forever. Amen. All life, motion, power, and things seen and unseen are by and through Him. Through who? The Creator. Neither is there an angel in heaven so high, nor sufficiently wise to comprehend Yahweh in His entirety, nor to see Him as you see your fellow man. So when we read Daniel, and Daniel say, one like the sons of men, there you go right there. That ain't the Creator. You cannot see the Creator like you're looking at me right now. Or looking at LeBron James play basketball. No, it's not the Creator. All right? It says, neither is there an angel in heaven so high, nor sufficiently wise to comprehend the Creator in His entirety. You understand? The Creator is far past comprehension. All right? Nor to see Him as you see your fellow man. Look at this. For He is within all, beyond and over all, being ever present in all places. Your Creator is all in all. Fills up everywhere. Always was, is, and never shall be. See that? See, what has happened, we have deified. You know what I mean? We have deified and start worshiping these deities. Right? The Creator is in everything that has life, the all in all, the ever present, the always was, is, and never shall be. That's what this is saying. All right? For He is within all, beyond and over all, being ever present in all places, doing by virtue of His presence, quickening all the living, adorable above all things. As the sun is to the light of day, so is Yahweh to the understanding of all the living. As you compare the sun, like the sun is needed for the light of day, so is the Creator. You want to understand the Creator? Guess what you need to understand? His creation, upon which to contemplate is the road of everlasting life. To contemplate means to meditate. Meditate on that. God is not the Creator. God is a son of the Creator, a one-time man or woman. And He gives praises to who? The Most High. Upon which to contemplate is the road of everlasting life, rising in wisdom, love, and power forever. Hear your God, O man. Distinguish then that the two, God and Yahweh, God and Yahweh, Yahweh, God and Jehovah are not the same one. You see this? Nah, Yahweh is not a man. Hear your God, O man. Not a man. When you hear He is going into Jehu, it's just like when you deal with electricity. You know, you got your positive and negative and your ground, or you got your male and your female dealing with plugs and all that, right? So if we talking electricity or we talking energy, then when I say positive is male and negative is female, I'm not talking about a man or a woman, right? I'm talking about function. So now Yahweh is not a man, all right? You'll read that in the scriptures. The Lord is a man of war and all that. God being a man. Now when you hear He and His coming out of this, it's talking about function. It's talking about the direction of the force and how it moves. That's it. It's not talking about a man. You know what I mean? It's not talking about a man at all. All right? And what's right in front of us? We can deal with electricity, positive and negative. All right? Or what? Male and female, masculine and feminine. No matter what you deal with. Locks, plugs, You understand? No matter what, battery, positive. If it has a positive and negative, it has a male and female, and that's based off function. You know what I mean? Like nobody expect to open up their car hood and find a man or a woman sitting there in the place of his battery. You see what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Now look at this right here. So here your God, oh man, and distinguish that then that the two, Yahweh or God and Yahweh, are not the same one. Nor is your God more than what you shall be in time to come. Look at that. So you'll never become the Most High or the Creator. Ever. You understand? Right? But it is possible that you can become true God. You can be called upon by the Most High, you understand, to be in charge of the administration of the earth and her heavens. That means you're responsible for every spirit, not just those that are living, but those who have crossed over. That's a very, very serious job. All right, a lot of responsibility in there. But notice what this says right here. Nor, because your God is your brother, right? Nor is your God more than what you shall be in time to come. That's hard. So when we say peace to the God or peace to the goddesses, that's what we mean by that. Because one day you become that. First mortality, then death, which is the first resurrection. Death is the first resurrection. Right? When you die in the flesh, you're birthed in spirit. All right? First mortality, then death, which is the first resurrection. Such are the spirits of the dead. Angels. Angels are the spirits of the dead. Y'all hear this? You see this? Look at this. First mortality, then death, which is the first resurrection. Such are the spirits of the dead, angels, dwelling with mortals upon the earth. Yeah, the angels are only the spirits of the dead who were once living. Where they abide, some for a few years, some for 100, and some for 1,000 or more years. That means everybody that died don't necessarily ascend. Some are bound to the heavens, the lower heavens of the earth. All right, some for what? What did it say? Some for a few years, some for 100, some for 1,000 or more. See this? Look at this. Second, angel organization in heaven and their abandonment of mortals, which is the second resurrection. All right. Angel organization goes into brotherhood. All right. So if there is no brotherhood, which includes the sisters and which includes all our families as well, if it's not that, you don't even expect to enter the second resurrection. All right. That's all about angel organization, fellowshipping, organizing, and abandonment of earth desires. All right. Which is the second resurrection. As the kingdom on earth has a king, and the king is nevertheless immortal. So in like manner is the heavenly place of your God, a kingdom of angels, and the chief over them is God. Who? An angel also. Good night. Good night. There is a difference between the Most High and God. Peace to the God. Peace to the God. Wow. Right? That's crazy, because when we go back and read about like the Exodus and all that, or the burning bush, and who was speaking out the burning bush said what? I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But we always forget that was an angel talking. The angel told you, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The angel said it. That's Exodus 3, verse 1 through 6. Bag drop. Look at it. Lick your fingers and go on over there. That was an angel talking to Moses, and the angel told Moses what? I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look at this. It says, so in like manner is the heavenly place of your God, a kingdom of angels, and the chief over them. The chief over them, or chief over the angels, or the kingdom is who? God. An angel also. Ooh, wait. See that? Look at it. Yet, nevertheless, the kingdom of your God embraces all the heavens of the earth. And it is also so with all corporeal worlds and their atmospherean heavens. Like it's the same setup. And we think we the only, a lot of bros believe that we the only ones in this entire universe and galaxy and all that. Right? It's revealing there are other worlds with the same system and order taking place. Corporeal, physical worlds, and their atmosphere in heaven. So there are other worlds, and there are other atmospheres around these worlds, you dig? And there are other kingdoms of God set up in the atmosphere of these corporeal, physical worlds. The earth is not just the only celestial body that has life on it. You see? So this showing you.
Oh, now for my brother Malachi to come up with this type of analogy, families, he had to open up his understandings, my brothers and sisters. Like when you go into the scripture for especially like John 3:16 for Yahuah our Yahuah so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that for whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life, families. So he's completely trying to give you a separation about what world he was talking about. John was trying to tell us what Yahuwah was explaining about what world he was talking about, families. So when you go into the book of Isaiah, Isaiah told you which world he was talking about, families. He tells you the world of Yasharal, y'all. He told you that he's the Elohim. He's the Eldonai of Israel. He's the Alua of Israel, families. He tells you that. He tells you what world he was talking about. And then you get this information that was locked up in secret, but now is out. Let's get some more. I got some more, families. Then we forget to go back to Brother Malachi. I'm just finna line up some stuff, especially us being bruised, man. That's one thing we do, y'all. We study to show ourselves approved, families. So we finna go to beautiful Queen Rachel. Let's get a song in. Then we finna go to beautiful Queen Rachel, and she's going to explain the beginning of Genesis. In the understanding, families, of that, in a brew understanding, families. This is for the brews, man. It's for our learning, yo. So let's get 2 joints in.
Get the juice, get the loot, they say. Throw the deuce, I can't go that way. Pulling up, keep the word on me like warrior. I know that flesh wanna war with us, yeah. So where do I go when I get to feeling lonely? They try to call me lucky, only you put these blessings on me.
Hey, let's go, King. Let's go, my brother.
I can't turn the loss to money.
Man, family, can we add to it the knowledge, man? Let's dive in deep. We at you.
Every day, open up the word and meditate.
I see you, Yahudah.
Could ever break, ever take, separate me and you. Gotta praise. I had a debt that's already paid. Ain't no creation that could ever break, ever take, separate me and you. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, me and you. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. 17, 25, 39, 43. Where I'm at ain't always where I'm gonna be. Better know I know he won't let go of me. Let go of me. They blame I gotta take him out that frame. I'm focused on the only one that saves, but ain't no other name. Yeah, so when temptation come my way, they wonder where do I go? I tell them I get to feeling lonely. Until they try to call me lucky. Yeah, only you put the blessings on me. I can't turn the loss to money. Just look to the sky above me. Only God get these blessings. Every day, open up the word and meditate. No higher love that could ever break,
Tiffany Haddish came to the world destined to shine. South Central, December 3rd, 79. Born as a special breed. Mom was an entrepreneur. Dad was an Eritrean refugee. But Dad slipped off and dipped. Mom remarried, had 4 more kids. Everything was flowing. On track of it. Mom got into a car accident, leaving her brain damage, losing her memory. That's when she got aggressive, abusive to Tiffany. Sent to psychiatric supervision, lost it there. Tiffany's siblings got sent to foster care. Separated from her siblings by far. By now, she 13, stuffing tissue in the bra. Foster dad caught her, then he hit her with her. I know a way to make your titties bigger. Start damaging her. Every day for 15 minutes, he'd take advantage of her. Sent off to school, robbed of her innocence. High school girl that's partially illiterate. Couldn't read or write a page in class. To make friends with kids, she made them laugh. Social workers thought she was off, leaving the jam with 2 choices. Psych ward or comedian camp. Chose the camp. Got mentored by great brothers, such as Richard Pryor, Wayne's brothers. Going up, she about to see success. After homecoming, she met a police cadet who offered to drive her home. Seemed reasonable, till he drove to his house, did the unthinkable. Same thing her foster dad did. Check it, she reported this one and he didn't get arrested. Now dealing with this trauma, trying to own it. Got kicked out of grandma's house, now she homeless. Sleeping in cars and fell apart. Got spotted by a fellow comedian, Kevin Hart. Gave her his last $300 for an apartment. But by this time, she given up on the process. Terminated pregnancy, hitting her core. Got to the point she don't want to live anymore. Met with her stepdad, and he clear, told her, chill, you ain't even supposed to be here. Your mom accident? Well, it was fate. Cause I'm the one who snipped the brakes, and you was supposed to, be in the car. Mentally, that's leaving a scar. At this point, it's causing a scale backwards. Broken relationships, failed marriages. Cause even with all the success, you never know what's hidden under the flesh. Had this shit coming when hurt leads you. Yeah, hurt people.
Yeah, man, we most definitely waking up, Yahuah. Hey, that's why I've been trying to show love to like everybody, man. Like just letting people know, like families, we waking up, y'all. There's nothing anybody can talk about. They want to sit here and say this, they want to sit here and say that. Rulership is coming on this world, man. Rulership, families. And I ain't talking about no NWO either. This ain't wrestling, man, with Hulk Hogan, Steve Nash, and what's the other brother name? You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, nah. This real heavenly rulership, families. These is going to be ruled, man, by those, man, that have the understanding, y'all, to rule. Rule over 10 cities, my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Man, we got elders and imams out there, man, that's putting in work, y'all. I'm talking about the elders are out here putting in work, man. And families, either you get in line or get out the way. I'm starting to see that. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to get in line or you're going to get out the way. And if you ain't going to get out the way, we're going to move you out the way.
I was working at Norfolk Southern Railway. And I hadn't been working there but probably about 3 or 4 months. And we were sitting in the lunchroom, and it came on the radio that Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. I was the only black person there. I was the only black person on the second shift. And older white men, I call them old now, but they was about, I think, 30, 40, 50. And they just started applauding and clapping. So they finally got him, and they was laughing and everything else. I picked up a piece of iron and said, the next person laugh, I'm going to hit them with this piece of iron. And I was serious, and I had water in my eyes and everything else. And they stopped. And one of the guys got up, and he went to the office. And he came back with the boss, the general foreman that was over the entire second shift. And he told me that I could go home for the rest of the night. Instead of me going home, I went to downtown Macon. It was Cherry and Broadway at the time. Now it's called Martin Luther King. I went there, and Bill Randall, there's a lot of people there throwing cans and throwing rocks and doing things like that in downtown Macon. And Bill Randall, the civil rights leader of the day in Macon, Georgia, was telling everybody to calm down, and he was successful in getting people to calm down. I said, Dr. King, death made me get involved. It was the inspiration to get involved and try to change things for the betterment of for the people in Macon.
Let's go. Let's go, family.
I'm really wide awake. I can feel something and it's not pain. I feel this love going in my heart. All of the hurt is in the past. Walking on streets that are made of gold. Holding your hand in the weight of your glory. Dancing with you in the light of your beauty. I can only think what it would feel like. It's about time and I'll be waiting for your right time. You said you call me when it's your time. And I don't fear cause you're always on time. It's about time and I'll be waiting for your right time. You said you call me when it's your time. And I don't fear cause you're always on time. Oh my God, I can't wait to see your face. Oh, your love it leaves me amazed. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. Oh my God, so I can't wait. Oh, for when you take me away. Oh, my home is waiting for me. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. Oh my God, so
Come on, Yahuah, out the womb, family. Come on.
there is no way I could let go. I want everything every day. You know, I want the real thing. I wanna be immersed in you. I wanna be full of your glory. I wanna be consumed by you. Wanna see you every morning. I've been waiting for so long, waiting for you to come get me. This world is not my own. I can't wait to go to you. I've been waiting for so long, waiting for you to come get me. This world is not my own, and I can't wait to go to you. I can't wait to see your face. Your love it leaves me amazed. I can't wait to see your face. I can't wait for when you take me away. Oh, my home is waiting for me. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. Oh my God, oh my God, I can't wait to see your face. Oh, your love it leaves me amazed. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. Oh my God, I can't wait for when you take me away. Oh, my home is waiting for me. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. Oh my God, oh my God, I can't wait face. Oh, your love it leaves me amazed. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. Oh my God, I can't wait for when you leave me away. Oh, my home is waiting for me. I can't wait to see your face. Oh my God, yes,
Embrace your culture, family. Your culture is the representation of your heritage. You find freedom there. I love you, fam. Got you wrong.
Creation came out of the eternal everything, like a pregnant belly that was the space-time continuum. So creation didn't begin with nothing, but it began with eternity and pregnant time. Many people imagine that creation, as it says here, was emptiness, but it was not emptiness. It was a house like the pregnant belly of a woman, that had the resh, the head who is Yahusha in it, of the aleph, bra, the creation of the space-time continuum like a pregnant belly, was strained behind teeth, and the teeth of Yah took hold of the right hand, who is Yahusha, and slayed him from the foundation of the earth. He was shed in judgment. His blood was shed as the standard and soil of the earth to plant the tree of life, as Yah's Aleph Tav, his oath and promise. And so, Bra, again, like we have here, Bra, we have the house, the Ruach, the Son, and the Father, encompassing the two. And this is creation. So, created Yahuwah, Aleph Tav, an oath of life, breath. In the Shemayim, the heavens, secured to the oath, and the Haaretz, the Haaretz, the life of the earth, was created also. And what Yah did was, we like to think the earth was without form and void and darkness, but this is again an incorrect translation. Yah created the tree, the sign, the ensign of breath, and secured it. So it was, he created form. And it wasn't void, it was a house of breath and life that he secured. And he secured behind his teeth and mouth light. The tree of life was secured, the house of life was secured and set apart was light, basically in the mouth of Yah, was al, upon the face, panim of the deep, tom, the tree of life, secured to the deep, the tree of life in the deep, tom of the tree secured to the waters. This is where the blood of Yahusha established the standard and foundation of the earth, the soul of Yah that created all creation. This is the soil of life here. The lower, and the arach, okay, the harach of Yahuwah moved upon the panim of the Mayim. So this is upon the lower waters. So the upper face, the face of light of Yah, the Spirit, moved upon the lower waters to create life, to merge and create life. Then Yah said, he secured and branched out and lit up, Yahuwah lit up life, the hand of breath. Hallelujah. And the Aleph secured the sun, which was primary light in every direction. He secured life, light. And so that was what happened on the first day. And so it was a birth of the hand from the womb that was full. And here he created the full.
So we from going to go right back to honor and humility with Brother Malachi Maccabees. We was just explaining that. But I took us to beautiful Queen Rachel, this beautiful sister family. She understand the Hebraic language, y'all, to give us a deeper understanding than what we just regularly read in our Bibles, y'all. There are meanings upon meanings upon meanings in the Holy Scriptures, y'all. It really, really is. It really, really is. And me just understanding that it's an ancient language is letting you, the Most High is clearly commanding us to like seek me. He's like, search for me, and I will let you know. I will show my face to you if you is obedient to my word. You have to listen to his voice, and his voice is telling us this, y'all. Now I see why he sat there and says, only my sheep hear my voice. Because we're going to seek out our shepherd, y'all. We're going to search for him, man. We're going to search for him, families. He's going to leave that 99, families. And he's going to go after that one that's seeking him, man. Let's go.
Of time and the beginning and the end, the Aleph and the Tau, which was an oath and a sign and a promise with the blood oath of his right hand, Yahusha.
To separate.
And so this was creation. And we know that when he created, he separated the waters above from the waters below.
I'm tying up two different lessons, y'all. Two different lessons. And they coincide together, families.
And he lit up the earth with fire. And he communed with himself in the Ruach HaKodesh.
A sealed portion,
with great
and
love.
not only just sealed, but a double portion on top of that.
The Ruach HaKodesh to create the earth.
We must be tested,
and
y'all.
That
we must be tried to identify
to
find out if you pure gold or fake gold.
According to the word. And Yahuwah called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And Yahuwah said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And Yahuwah made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters also which were above the firmament. And it was so. So there is a firmament on the top, and there is a firmament on the bottom, which I've shown in this.
The dark band became a donut. I saw this donut. It was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, I noticed that the black band had what appeared to be kind of steam over it. And then I looked, and there was water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. We went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline.
And when he sat there and says, like, we send rivers, when he was talking about them living waters, families, he was talking about like his motion. You know what I'm saying? This is dealing with power, y'all. A vibration. It's like a frequency, energy, my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back. I love our families. That's why I love going to my classes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to certain individuals, they beef upon who the people is and who you think the people is and all this and that. Families, as long as you believe, families. So after you believe, what other job duties must be done at task, man? His will must be done accordingly, families. Regardless of if he chose you and you chose to do it, and you're going to do it willingly, y'all. You're going to do it happily. You're going to do it with honor, man. You know what I'm saying? And then there going to be those that's called, they ain't even going to answer their phone, y'all. They're not going to pick up, families. Either they scared, something, they got some type of fear in them for them not to step off the porch, man. They want to stay in a house, families. They want to stay in a childlike mindset. No. When you have brothers and sisters that's out here that's telling you, increase your understanding, increase your knowledge, and enlighten yourself, man. It's out here. You have an opportunity, especially in this time, in this season, to do that, man. Before these people try to strip everything away from you, families. And it's really going to be like the book of Eli. Anybody that watched that movie. But what I'm trying to sit down and say, families, is that you have people that love you dearly, man, that's bringing out this information, y'all. You got the book of Lament, most people don't want to get into. You got the book of Adam and Eve, a lot of people don't want to get into. You have books out here, as long as it is putting Hamashiach in there. Now, if that book ain't talking about the Messiah, now you might got to question that book, man. You might have to question that book. Why? Because it's not telling you about a king that's coming to bring rulership upon a world. What world was John talking about when you read John 3:16? For our Yahuah Yahuah so loved the world that he gave his who? Only begotten son, family. So if you believe in that scripture and you believe in the Messiah, then you know Hamashiach is coming to bring rulership, man. He ain't coming to play. He coming to bring ordership, y'all. Let's go. So let's go back to the class. Let's go back to the class. The order of discipline.
So this showing
The
you
book of the
a
order of
wide,
discipline.
broader view.
The reality of the Ruach. Let's go, families. I don't like going up. There's elders out here older than me, 20, 25 years, 30 years older than me. Beefing, y'all. They beefing on doctrine that ain't got nothing to do with salvational issues, man. It don't, y'all. They weakening other brothers and sisters' spirit that just now coming into the truth, families, because they loving these people, but these people lack of understanding is I can't talk about them, y'all, because I love them so much, man. I love my people, man. I really do. It's just that, and you gotta fight for this knowledge, man. They hid it from you for so long, families. Why you don't want to fight to keep it? That's crazy, man. You will fight for anything else, but you ain't gonna want to fight for something that is very valuable, man. But it's priceless. But it's very valuable. It's $1 million worth of gain, families, for free. And you ain't taking advantage over that? That's crazy, man. I would never teach my son to have that type of mind mentality, man. Not my son, not the one that's going to carry my seed for generations to come, families. That way that I pray that he can bear a son. So you can keep the what? Bloodline flowing, y'all. We love our queens, families, but once again, in a man's world, men create kingdoms. We build kingdoms, but it takes a woman to make a nation. It takes a woman to create a nation, man. Without the people, you don't have a nation. And without the people, you can't build a kingdom.
What's going on? It's like, look, on other worlds, guess what? It's the same. It says, a God, look at it. It says, and it is also so with all corporeal worlds and their atmospheric heavens. A God and organic heavens belonging to each and all of them. So there's a God and an organic heaven belonging to all these corporeal worlds. Wow. Nor is this all, for there is a third resurrection, in which the angels rise still higher in wisdom, love, and power, and are sent by your God into where? Etheria. That's the emancipated heavens right there. Remember Yahshua saying, my Father's house of many mansions? Remember that? Etheria. Emancipated heavens, the highest heavens. Look at this. And are sent by your God into Etheria, midway between the planets and stars, the highest of all heavens, over which there are chiefs, who are also gods and goddesses of still more comprehensive attributes. You see? So shout out to our sisters too. We're here to set y'all free, not bind you into bondage and, eat the cake out of me. You know what I mean? These sons and daughters, or gods and goddesses, or sons and daughters of the Most High. Yahuah Yahuah. See this? The highest of all heavens, over which there are chiefs, who who are also gods and goddesses of still more comprehensive attributes. Therefore, look at this. Remember, this is God talking. Therefore, I am like any other spirit of the dead. I am like any other spirit of the dead. So all these paranormal activities and these spirits people be saying, that's not spookism. That ain't spookism. You understand? Spirits of the dead are all around you. The unseen realm is all around you. Strengthen your faith in the Creator. Therefore, I am like any other spirit of the dead, a one time, even as you are in this day, but one within the organic heavens of the earth. Ooh, we just learned that what? God is a one-time man, an angel. A one-time man on the earth, a spirit of the dead. See, you got spirits that are earthbound, that don't know anything about resurrection and ascension. You got others who rise up, that continue to rise up. You see? Look at this. So we see right here, go back right here, read again about the third resurrection. All right? It says right here, nor is this all, for there is a third resurrection in which the angels rise still higher in wisdom, love, and power, and are sent by your God into Etheria, midway between the planets and stars, the highest of all heavens. That's our inheritance, over which there are chiefs who are also gods and goddesses of still more comprehensive attributes. So now you can go ahead and scratch that off your bucket list. Are there female angels? You know what I mean? Ask 100 Hebrews are there female angels and see the answers you get. You did. My answer would be, of course, there are female angels. There are females out there. Aren't there physical females living? What do they become when they cross over? They morph. Not when they become men. You know what I mean? So you can scratch that off your bucket list. You just got an answer. Yes, there are female angels. Absolutely. Because an angel is nothing but a spirit of the dead, a one-time mortal, whether it was a man or whether it was a woman. All right? If you get some understanding so far, give me a 4 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up. I see y'all in the building. All praises, glory, and honor to the Creator. The Kamya, my Barak, my beloved brother, bless up. Cosmon Cal, my beloved brother, the firecracker. I'm going to start calling you the Gamma Ray, my brother. Cosmon Cal, a.k.a. the Gamma Ray. It was all called Cal P, the Gamma Ray. You dig? I see y'all in the building. I mean, how many of y'all just learned something? That was when I read that earlier, I was like, that's tight. That's tight. You understand? That God is a one-time man. Spirit of the dead. You understand? And God is not the Most High. God is a son of the Most High. Sent by the Most High to raise you up. It's all about you. Raise you up. You understand? So you can inherit what the Creator has for you. And I see foes in the chat. Okay. We in the building. Yeah. The Gamma Ray. We're going to start calling Cal P the Gamma Ray. You the Gamma Ray, Cal P, boy. We'll be out there swinging violently. Like, dang. That's what's up, though. Salute to the God. My brother Prince Yahudah Levi, my beloved brother. Bless up, King. How you be? Let's get back to the book of discipline. Going to chapter 2. All right. So now, God, who we all know was a one-time mortal, who all know is an angel, who we all know has the rule over the heavenly kingdom appointed by the Creator, and that the Creator and God is not the same. God said, look, I'm your brother. Nothing more than what you will be. And what I'm doing for you, you're going to do for others in time to come. All right, we didn't read nothing about worship God, praise God. None of that. See that? All right, discipline. God explains the first and second resurrection and the difference in manifestations from there. Hear me, O man, and consider the weight of the arguments of your God. You have communed with the spirits of the dead, your father, mother, sister, and brother, who are no longer mortal, have spoken to you in spirit, and you are convinced. and your kin and your neighbor have done so likewise. Yes, from east to west and north to south, the communion of angels and a multitude of miracles have stirred up thousands and millions. Know that the souls of the dead do live. Like, look, when you think everybody is having these type of paranormal experiences, you think everybody making this up? Spirits of the dead do live. Moreover, you were taught in your youth to say, I believe in the holy communion of angels. And in truth, this has come to pass. You rejoice with all your heart and soul. You put aside the ancient scriptures saying, why shall I read them? Do I not converse with heaven itself? Behold, I have seen my father and mother, my brother and sister who are dead. They have spoken to me. There is no devil or place of hell. For a season your God has suffered this also to happen, that the spirits say there is no God. So the spirits of being an atheist said the Creator allowed it for a season. For a season your God, not the Creator, your God. For a season your God has suffered this also to happen, that the spirits say there is no God. There is no higher heaven than to dwell upon the earth, to enjoy the things there, to be what? Reincarnated, and to live over and over in mortality. God allowed that for a season. They tell you in the book of Acts that he winked at it. When you was in ignorance, he winked at certain things like, you understand, all right, whatever. In time to come, you understand. But I found this very interesting, the reincarnation spirit. Look at that. It says right here, there is no God, that there is no higher. Read that again. For a season your God has suffered this also to happen. That the spirits say there is no God, that there is no higher heaven than to dwell upon the earth, to enjoy the things there, to be reincarnated, to live over and over in mortality. Wow. Tolerate these so that the evidence of my words could be substantiated by your experience, and you be led to consider the testimonies present and past, in order to comprehend the plan of Yahweh's works and their glory and completeness. Consider then the result of angel communion as you have found it, and bear witness that Yahweh was wise in providing comfort to both the dead and the living by this proximity of spirit to them, rather than a heaven far remote. Nevertheless, this also has been proved to you, that there are false angels. Y'all hear this? Read about some of them dealing with the Prince of Persia, the Prince of Greece, spiritual wickedness in high places, principalities, archons, right? Nevertheless, this also has been proved to you, that there are false angels and wise angels, as well as false seers and wise seers, and that out of the multitude of revelations from them, there has come neither harmony nor good works. What is all the angel communication prospered you? Look at this. They have been pullers down and clearers away of the ancient revelations, doctrines, and religions, but they have not built an edifice of unity and glory to the Almighty. It has been shown you that not only the seer, prophet, Suis, and miracle worker, but that all people, even though unconsciously to themselves, are subject to the influence of the spirits of the dead. All people are. See that? He said it ain't just those who are extra sensitive to the unseen, all people. Right? And it has been shown you that not only the seer, prophet, Suis, and miracle worker, but that all people, even though unconsciously to themselves, are subject to the influence of the spirits of the dead. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? But against principalities, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against what? Spiritual wickedness in high places, even though unconsciously to themselves, are subject to the influence of the spirits of the dead. And it has been shown that the spirits of the dead possess for a long period of time the same characteristics and prejudices as when in the flesh, as when in mortality. Slave master lips was dripping with nigger jokes. When he crossed over, them same races, prejudice, madness, same characteristics. Stick with you. for a long period of time the same characteristics and prejudices as when in mortality. And since there is neither harmony nor community of life among mortals, neither is there harmony nor community of life, nor the teaching of it among the angels who manifest to these mortals. Yeah. Nothing about the higher heavens, nothing about brotherhood, nothing about self-abnegation. Nothing about being detached, nothing about service and righteous work done unto others. That's how you praise the Creator. None of that. It's all selfish. Get yours, I got mine. See that? Look at this. For the angels teach one doctrine through one prophet and another doctrine through another prophet, reflecting the doctrines of the prophets themselves. Consider also the multitude of infants who died without any knowledge of either earth or heaven, and the multitude of the unlearned, the foolish, and the depraved. For all of these, as well as the wise and good, enter the first resurrection. Remember, first resurrection is when you die. As soon as you die, you're birthed in spirit. Alright? Consider also the multitude of infants who die without any knowledge of either earth or heaven, and the multitude of the unlearned, the foolish, and the depraved. For all of these, as well as the wise and good, enter the first resurrection. Yeah, because we all got to die, right? And of the wise and good who strive for continual elevation, how few compared to the whole. Like, ain't too many really striving for a continual and a perpetual resurrection, because the Creator's creation is constantly expanding. So it's always room for you to grow. You ain't stuck somewhere in a corner in a box somewhere. You ain't stuck smelling your breath, bumping your head against the western wall over in Jerusalem somewhere. Putting little thank you notes into the cracks of the walls. Nah, you ain't doing none of that. Continual elevation, perpetual resurrection. And of the wise and good who strive for continual elevation, how few compared to the whole, yet such is the relative proportions of angels of light and angels of darkness in proximity to mortals. So it's saying, like, it's a few men who are looking for a continual elevation and perpetual resurrection. And the majority of men are not. It's the same with the angels. Compared to the whole, there are a few angels of light compared to how many angels of darkness it is. And how you know it's just based off how many righteous men is it, or those who are looking for continual elevation, based off those who can care less. So you can know the condition of the angels, you understand, based off the condition of mortals. Look at this. And it has always been so. Look at this. And it has always been so. Y'all heard this? Look at this. Yet such is the relative proportions of angels of light and angels of darkness in proximity to mortals. And it has always been so. Nevertheless, in time long past, the minority who were wise and good were moved upon by the Spirit of Yahweh, who said, come together. Come together, O all you who desire to rise to a higher heaven. My heavens are for raising the soul upward forever and ever. Good night, boy. Y'all heard this? This is soothing. At least to me it is. I mean, I can't speak for nobody else, but wow. If you desire to rise to a higher heaven, the Creator just said, my heavens are for raising the soul upward forever and ever. It is a continual, perpetual resurrection. That's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Whatever. You can be mad, don't like what you heard. To me, that resonates with my spirit. That makes sense. It makes sense. All right? So, you want to rise to a higher heaven, we got to be serious about this brotherhood/sisterhood. Got to be. You don't get to the emancipated heavens without brotherhood. You don't even experience the second resurrection without affiliation with brotherhood. Come together, O all you who desire to rise to a higher heaven. My heavens are for raising the soul upward forever and ever. And your God gathered them together and said to them, behold, this darkness is more than we can bear. Let us depart from her and inhabit a heaven by ourselves. where there shall be no wrangling, falsehood, malice, or blasphemy against our Creator. They responded, yes, let us depart, and we will covenant ourselves to Yahweh to never again reside in these regions, nor with mortals on earth. For does the behavior of mortals not invite darkness rather than light? You heard this? It's the behavior. Yeah, you get inspired, but you still got a will. You still have willpower to either say, yeah, I'm going to rock with that and service myself, or nah, I'm going to be selfless. You see that? For does the behavior of mortals not invite darkness rather than light? Do they not want us for servants? To find lost treasures, or to procure riches or social indulgence, or to entertain them with miracles? Like, look, they not really serious about, you understand, the spirits of the dead and none of that. It's all a game. All right, look at this. Thus it came to pass that the wisest and best angels departed away from the earth, away from mortals, and away from the inharmonious presence of the legions of the spirits of the dead. And they inhabited a heavenly region by themselves. And they covenanted themselves to Yahweh to not return again single-handed to minister to mortals. To not return again to mortals unless they came in phalanxes, and only then when duly authorized and directed by their most holy council and their chief. Such then was the beginning of the second resurrection. And the condition of membership required the renunciation of all associations and conditions below it. Y'all hear this? You on to the second resurrection? You got to renounce all earthly attachments, all earthly desires, and gather with your brothers and sisters. You can start that now. And the rank of all such angels was angels of God, or angels of Jehovah, angels of Yahweh, in contradistinction from the angels of the first resurrection, who know no organization for righteousness' sake. So all the individuals that get down with the brothers and sisters and working, resurrecting, and raising our people up, or raising whoever up. All right? That's first resurrection. And first resurrection, there's no brotherhood, no organization. Right? But so that mortals would not be left in darkness, behold, your God and his holy council prepared certain rules of discipline and conduct, as well as commandments by which the angels of the second resurrection would be as a unit in their duties and teachings from that time forward. Chief of which rules was that the angels of Yahweh should never manifest themselves as individuals to the mortals, lest mortals become servants to and worshipers of the spirits instead of the all-highest, Yahweh. Second to this, that when the angels of Yahweh are appointed to mortals, it should be as guardians over infants. It should be as guardians over infants, to inspire them by way of the natural consciousness within them as to what was right and good in reference to eternal life, and that such guardian angels are to be in phalanxes of millions and tens of millions, but still in close membership with your God and his holy council in order to relieve one another on guard. You don't just have one guardian angel, y'all. They stand watch. It's like they all got certain times and certain hours of the day and night where they must watch over your soul. It's not just one. It's millions of them. Wow. For by the inspirations of the angels of your God, the individual entity of a mortal is directed in its normal growth. You see, so when you get that righteous voice and that inspire you to do something, that's an angel ambassador of the Creator. Yeah, move.
All right, so pause, Joshua. So it talks about your love for your neighbors is how you're going to be ranked in the Shamaim, right, in the heavenlies. So what we reading here, families, is basically showing you a design order. That's why the law was made for our righteousness' sake, y'all. The law was perfect, families. It was good. You know what I'm saying? It was just. It was getting us ready for a divine rulership, y'all. In order for you to be able to judge and rule over angels, over Malachims, families, you have to know a divine counsel, man. This dealing with instructions and rules. You know what I'm saying? It's dealing with orders, y'all. Discipline. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm talking about a a holy divine discipline, complete obedience to it, man. You're not gonna waver. I'm saying that. How are you able to judge Malachims if you don't even have no type of higher understanding of his divine ordership? I'm saying that. Let's continue.
On that inspiration when it hits you. All right, move on that. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. It says, but by the angels of the first, I'm going to read it again, 26. It says, for by the inspirations of the angels of your God, the individual entity of a mortal is directed in its normal growth. But by the angels of the first resurrection, or the inorganic heavens, all right, basically the clouds and down to the earth all the way up to the clouds, all right, mortals are used abnormally. By the angels of the first resurrection, mortals are used abnormally by entrancement, by miracles, by sarges, by oracles, or otherwise. That way you'll be able to tell if you have any type of experience based off the message. You'll be able to tell, oh, this is the angel of the first resurrection. This ain't no high-raised angel at all.
That's why he's trying to tell us to keep his commandments.
See, what we about to read about to show you how
because
to understand the difference when you're being inspired.
Is up under
what kind of angel is that? You see that?
A higher command.
Dang, look at this. So, look at this. It say right here. So that the angels of God can inspire all mortals with the same inspiration. Behold, he and his holy council prepared certain instructions with rules, words, and commandments adapted to the understanding of mortals for the good of their souls.
What's going to hold you at fault, or what's going to keep you?
And without pandering to their earthly desires. I heard this. Such words being designated as sacred writings when originally given to mortals, though for the most part perverted or lost sight of afterwards. Yeah, everything done corrupted. You understand? No matter what you read, holy book, spiritual book, everything done been touched. You gotta, guess what you gotta do? You gotta try all of it. You know what I mean? And see where the light of the Creator is at. That's it. If it resonates with you, you got every right to keep it moving. Nobody should, look, ain't nobody right here punking you into believing nothing. Nah, that ain't how we roll. You dig? And nobody should ever feel like they're being bullied into accepting or believing anything. Nah, that ain't how we roll. Nah, if it resonates with you, that's what's up. If it don't, you got every right to keep it moving. Every right. All right? Every right. Look at this. It says, without pandering to their earthly desires, such words being designated as sacred writings when originally given to mortals, but for the most part perverted or lost sight afterwards. Chief angels over these phalanxes are lords, marshals, captains. So you'll start seeing different ranks of angels. All right? Different ranks of angels. It ain't just God, Lord, God, and lords. You got what? Marshals, captains. All right? And so on. The second resurrection being orderly, disciplined, organized in his glorious work. See, Creator's all about organization, brotherly love, sisterly love, being selfless. All right? We read in the Bible where there are principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places, but it don't really go into the structure, the breakdown of it, to where you can say, oh, even when you read Enoch, you know what I mean? You really got to know what you, especially when you read certain of them chapters. They get talking about like the heavens and all that. You got to really know what you read, and a lot of it is hard to grasp. You understand? Unless you like really been studying it for a long time. All right? Look at this verse. So what I'm saying is everything is like the system, the order, the discipline, the structure. You know what I mean? Dealing with the heavenly kingdoms. Like, this is off the chain. You understand? I ain't read nothing else that like goes into detail about it like that. You know what I mean? I found it very interesting. Look at this. It says right here, thus my lords have angels under them. See, a lord is not the creator. A lord is really one of the lowest ranking. You know what I mean? Not the low, but one of the lowest ranking is a lord. But they have angels under them that report to them. All right. Thus my lords have angels under them who are authorized and ordained in my name. And in the name of Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, to abide for times and seasons with mortals as guardians and inspirers. provide dreams. Look at this. How many of y'all big time dreamers? I know I am. I've been having deja vu my entire life since I can remember. I'll see it, and then while I'm walking up on a situation, I won't peep it. I'll be triggered though, something that happened, like I don't know, a book will fall or something, and I remember the whole vision, like, oh, I've been here before, but I done had that since I can remember. Deja vu. And then the thing, when I was younger, I used to recognize, like, dang, stuff I dream about be happening. You know what I mean? Like, man, what is that? I've seen this before, right? We got to understand, y'all, spiritual communion is real. A lot of it happens when you sleep. A lot of it happens when you sleep. Yeah, you know that short jokers be dunking the basketball. You understand? Slow jokers be outrunning Usain Bolt. You know what I mean? Yeah, that dream realm is something, something serious. Now look at this right here. It says, to provide dreams, thoughts, and visions in the minds of mortals, and to otherwise labor in elevating them in purity, love, and wisdom. This is what the Lord, the angels, God, the Lord God, their whole work is to raise you up. We ain't read not one time when you praying to the Lord, worshiping the Lord. No, the Lord is the Son of the Creator. He'll never tell you to worship Him. He don't want you to praise Him. None of it. All right, this is a beautiful thing here, man. All right, and to labor in elevating them in purity, love, and wisdom. Such then are the angels of God and of Yahweh, and their teachings are the same as my Lord's and your God's. Nor does one of them teach a matter in one way and another teach it differently, although there are different grades and systems adapted to the different degrees of intelligence of the different peoples on the earth. Ooh, we get some understanding. We get some understanding about how things work, the mechanics of the heavens. All right, we get some understanding. The mechanics, the methodology. You understand? We're getting that. Right? So if y'all get some understanding so far, go ahead and give me a 3 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Shout out to all the haters, y'all jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. Y'all about spilled your coffee on this thing. He reading out of that again. It's an interesting read, man. Very, very interesting. Very detailed too. The attention to detail is what got me. Is what that made me more curious as I started reading. Like, dang, that's very detailed right there. Like, who know that type of stuff? You know what I mean? It is what it is. I see y'all in the building. Bless up. Bless up. Yahweh dreaded Nazir created game, my beloved brothers and sisters in the building. Bless up, bless up. I see y'all. Let's get into chapter 3, discipline. God illustrates the difference of method between the first and second resurrections. We didn't know that. All right, methodology. Look how much the Creator is sharing with us, man. It's left us dumb as a dope now, believing in Dr. Seuss books. Or Dr. Seuss stories. Or believing in certain things that we knew was off. Like, it's all right. Like, you just ain't got no answer for, but it's off. Like, it don't resonate with you. You know what I mean? All praise glory. Now, let's get into this. The difference of method between the first and second resurrections. Open your understanding, O man, so that you may discern the beauty and glory of heavenly places, prepared by your God, lords, and guardian angels. Look at that. Huh? Open up your understanding. Open up your understanding. All right? And we read before that I go to prepare a place for you. In my Father's house are many mansions. We grew up reading that and hearing that all the time. But never heard of the methodology. Never heard of the inner mechanics, structure of the heavenly kingdoms and all that. You know what I mean? The methodology, a job of the God, the Lord God and Lords, the guardian angels. You know what I mean? And how the false gods come to deceive. Yeah, you dig? So he telling you right here, open your understanding, oh man. Why? Because Creator wants you to discern the beauty and glory of heavenly places. Where we go arguing about boundaries on the earth. He like, man, look, y'all stuck looking in the ground. Most High raised you up to walk with angels, to be inspired by angels, to live as a God. And here you go, searching for jewels in the mud. Searching for jewels in the mud. He say, discern the beauty and glory of heavenly places. Look at that. Look at that. And look, not prepared by NASA, not prepared by James Webb Telescope, prepared by your God, lords and guardian angels. Look at this. For as we came to resurrection, which may be likened to a great medley. Yet again, for as we came up out of the first resurrection, which may be likened to a great medley, a noise and confusion of a mighty multitude, so did we covenant with Yahweh to make ourselves orderly. No second resurrection without order. So we made a covenant with the Creator, Yahweh, Jehovah, to make ourselves orderly and a unit in growth, manifestation, expression, and future development, so that the place of the second resurrection would do nothing in common with the first. Y'all heard this? All right. Shout out to the Creator Gang. All right. I know certain people don't, like the word gang, whatever. But look, if y'all know anything about what we talking about, we a brotherhood, sisterhood. We all about righteous works done unto others. Because look, we got enough sense to understand without each other, we not getting to the second resurrection. You a sitting duck, Jack. You gonna get shot out the water like that. You're an individual. Brotherhood is very important. It's the reason why you're commanded to gather together. Look at this. For Yahweh created mortals and angels to attract each other. Wow, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Look at that. Wow. For Yahweh created mortals and angels to attract each other, like to like. And since the aspiration and desire of most mortals pertain to themselves as individuals, so the two bound themselves in the same pursuits and earthly hopes. Yeah, you attract the spirit that you understand that you want. You attract it. You attract that murderous spirit, that envious spirit, that hateful spirit, that racist spirit. You attract that. And when the inspiration comes, you are the more for it. So the two bound themselves in the same pursuits, angel and man. Since the aspiration and desire of most mortals pertain to themselves as individuals, so the two bound themselves in the same pursuits and earthly hopes. For whoever on earth love riches or fame or great learning or even evil, such as dissipation, drunkenness, sexual indulgence, theft, gambling, or arson, doing any or all of these things for self's sake or for evil, attracted angel companions of a like order. Who by inspiration or otherwise led him on to achieve his heart's desire. Do y'all hear this? Here you go thinking you attract your knight in shining armor. Here you go, you brothers, you attracted your boo-boo. You ain't even understanding what's happening here. Doing any or all these things for self's sake or for evil, attracted angel companions. Make sure you don't have a carnal evil mind out here, man. You understand? Put your faith completely in the Most High. Faith, belief, knowledge, all of it. All right? And when you are tempted to be evil or to do evil or to make a move, because you're going to be tempted. You had a conversation. You done been driving before and thought of murder. And instead of checking that spirit like, nah, I was commanded not to kill. Move away from me. You understand? And invoke the name of the Creator. Instead of doing that, we entertain it or we try to ignore it. But eventually one day that deal gonna come to the surface. You see? So you gotta fight against that carnal mind. You gotta fight against that. Because that's what you attract. That vibration, You see, we ain't number spirit beings. We dealing with energy. We dealing with vibration. We dealing with hertz and all that, megahertz. We dealing with sound. How we dealing with her? So that's why you can attract what you want, whether it's physical or spiritual. You can attract that. You see? And that's cold how Osby is saying that. Look at this. And it came to pass that when such mortals died and entered the first resurrection, their former inspirers became their companions and rulers. Meaning that angel that you was in agreement with that whole time, that unclean spirit, is now your friend and your king, having shaped their thoughts while in mortality through their labors for self and earthly objects. Yeah, actually, if you really a son or daughter of the creator or aspiring to rise higher and higher, son or daughter of light, then the work that you do out here and the more the things that you do out here should be less and less for self and more for others. Yeah, more for others. That stop all the milly mouthing right there. I hear you. I hear you running your mouth. You dig? But who have you blessed today? Who have you healed today? You understand? Or is you still turning your bull nostrils up at the poor? Let the highway that's begging. When the last time you was on your way to get some food, hungry as that deal, boy, pulled up at that stoplight and somebody that's less fortunate got a sign to say, we'll work for food. You dig? You hungry as a mother, but that food right there, smelling so fire. You not realizing you went and bought that food to bless this brother right here who don't have no food. See, those be the trying moments right there. You at the crossroad. Do you serve self? You are hungry, right? But you know good and well Creator is all up in you telling you, get that food to him. You gonna eat. Eat every day. Don't even worry about it. I got you. Get what you just bought. You ran across this man's path to give him that food. How many of us fight against that voice and act like we don't hear the Creator? How many say, you know what, let me let that window down, righteous work done, and the others is high. Guess what? It's the fastest way in which I can resurrect into the higher heavens. Either gonna do the work, or you're gonna serve self. What you gonna do? What's up? Because that happened to me. You did. And I was like, you know what? I don't care how hungry a pumpy hurt. And I told him, you know, man, matter of fact, he was a European gentleman. European guy on the side of the road, one arm. I think he was an army vet or something. He had a nub. And I had just got an Aldi's card. And I just went and got some food. I gave it to him. I said, man, look, I ain't got no money. I got some food for you, though. And I got an Aldi's card. He's like, oh, who? I'm at Aldi's. Oh, you're the old lady shop at Aldi's. Here you go, bro. You understand? See, and the Creator will put you in that. You understand? That the work you have to do to rise higher and higher and they become closer. You understand what Creator is? The more righteous work you do for others. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. Right? And just know you're being graded on that. The more selfless you are, the more righteousness you put out, the more you work on yourself, get yourself together. You understand? Yeah. So look at this right here. It says, right here, it says, and these in turn became angel inspirers to other mortals of like characteristics. So that a long period of time passed away before the spirits who were thus bound to earth could be persuaded that there were other heavens open for them to come and inherit. And as it was so then, even so is it this day with the spirits of the dead. Wow. So there are a lot of spirits of the dead who don't even understand there are higher heavens. They down to the earth. Low-graded spirits down to the earth. And these are the spirits that, inspire mortals. Right? These are the spirits that inspire mortals who attract them. You understand? You attract that. I heard you niggas don't like me. Like me. And I know wife be. Also, you go head to the white meat. White meat. Like, who you think inspired that? Who you think inspired that? That song come on, Faith, this y'all need to be getting about the club. You better get out the club, boy, because it's about to go down. Right? What unseen disembodied persons or spirits are influencing that type of behavior? See that? She say most of the time when I help someone, I end up feeling better than just helping myself. I know, it feels marvelous. And there are good lands on earth still unoccupied. As there are good lands on earth still unoccupied, while in other regions there are great cities with mortals crowded together, starving and dwelling in misery. They will not leave, even so is it with the great multitude of angels of darkness gathered together upon the face of the earth. And many of them will not depart to the higher heavens of Jehovah. As cold metal in contact with hot metal changes temperature, so by angel contact with the spirit of man, knowledge passes from one to the other. Y'all heard this? So also is it of the passions, sentiments, desires, and aspirations between the two. Man and angels are more interdependent than people understand. So by angel contact with the spirit of man, knowledge passes from one to the other. Wow. Also, as where the sea breaks upon the land and the two are always in contact, so is the spirit world. There it is. So I like that. I like the way it gives clear examples. I love that. That makes sense. Also, as where the sea breaks upon the land. So you ever been to the ocean and seen the water ride up on the shore? And the two are always in contact, land and water. So is the spirit world ever in contact with the mortal world. You see how I compared it to the water and land? How the water and land are always in contact with one another. So is the spirit world and the mortal world. That's cold. So is the spirit world ever in contact with the mortal world. The ancients named this place of contact the intermediate world, or place of cleansing, from which none could rise till made organically pure. Do y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? As water is in contact with the land, so is the spirit world in contact with the mortal world. It's reality. It's real. See? Look at this. Now, therefore, your God shows you certain signs, characteristic of the difference between the angels of the first and second resurrection. Pay attention. Because through inspiration, you're going to know what kind of angel you're dealing with. When you're being inspired to do certain things, from her on out, you'll be able to say, oh, that's an angel of the first resurrection. That's a low ranking angel. Oh, that's an angel of the second resurrection. They ascended. You understand? This is how you can tell. All right? That's why what we reading is so powerful, because it don't just give you examples. You understand? It's also about to give you characteristics of when you get inspired, you understand, to do certain things. From this point on, you'll be able to say, that's an angel of the first resurrection. That's a spirit of the first resurrection tempting me. No, that's a spirit of the second resurrection. You see that? Look at this. Now, therefore, your God shows you certain signs, characteristic of the difference between the angels of the first and second resurrection. Of the first, coming as individuals, all right, whether professing names, signs, or histories, and especially the ancients, whose words are uttered from the standpoint of the earth looking upward. That's how you know. Oh, that's a spirit or an angel of the first resurrection. For one, it comes to you as an individual, not as a host. Individual. Professing names. You got knowledge, signs, histories. You know, especially of the ancient, right? But what they are telling you from the perspective of earth looking upward. It's still an earthbound or earth view vantage point. It ain't like they telling you something like, hey, past the Earth's vortex chin back. You know what I mean? We was on a spaceship. We was on a space trip. 4 million of us was on a space trip for 1 million years. And we never saw the same thing twice. You understand? What we saw that was so marvelous a second before, what we saw a second later was even more marvelous than what we saw. It ain't giving you a heavenly perspective. That spirit will be giving you an earthbound perspective. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. But of the second is light only, whose words emanate from my holy places in heaven, coming down to you. So an angel of the second resurrection will be talking from the vantage point of the higher heavens. You know what I mean? And what he's speaking resonates with your spirit. Emanates from the holy places in heaven, coming down. One viewpoint is from the earth up. Well, that's an earthbound spirit. That's an angel of the first resurrection. We all go through that because that's when you die. All right, but the angel of the second resurrection will only be talking about the light. He ain't talking about the earth. You understand? The angel of the second resurrection ain't about to give you Negroes no Powerball numbers. Nah. That ain't no angel of the second resurrection. They talk about the light only. Look at this. Angel of the first resurrection, flatterers to win your favor. Flatter you. Oh, you so cold. And you the best ever. Boy, you sharp with that sword. You the coldest, faintest ever that ever walked it. And them angels are flatterers. Well, you the best at it. Can't nobody shoot that. Well, you the best. Can't nobody rap over that beat like you. Boy, you the best. Become flattering. Of the first flatterers to win your favor, whose counsel pertains to yourself and the earthly things. So now you know who's talking to you. Well, you know what rank of an angel, what resurrection type of angel is talking to you. Look what they talking about. They come flattering you to win your favor. And the counsel ain't about purity and raising others up. It's only about yourself and earthly things. That's it. That's it. See, this is making sense now. Now, not only can you identify when you're being tempted, now you can put these spirits into their proper category. Now that's a low-raised angel. That's an angel of the earth right there. Very low vibration. See this? Look at it. All right. Of the first resurrection, flatterers to win your favor, whose counsel pertains to yourself and earthly things. Of the second resurrection, to teach you self-abnegation. What does abnegation mean? Right? You're selfless. Right? You're going to abnegate or not even trip off yourself. You're going to focus on what others got going. Then better them. Dang. Selfless, Self-abnegation is selfless. All right, so at a high-raised angel, or you get the inspiration, you understand, to be more selfless, to help others, to not be all about, it's my birthday, no, birthday. Well, it's my birthday month, Jack. Nigga, I'm partying every day of the month. Like that. You understand? That's more into self-worship. This is about self-abnegation, being selfless. Now, the second, to teach you self-abnegation and to lead you to do good to others, regardless of your own profit. Regardless if you're going to profit off of it or not, you still are there to be selfless and do good unto others, regardless if you profited from it or not. See, the only reason it's hard to vibrate higher and to raise up is because we still in love with the carnal man, the lower man. That's flesh. You see? He said, regardless if you have a profit off of it or not. The second, to teach you self-abnegation and lead you to do good to others, regardless of your own profit, caring little whether you are prosperous on the earth, provided you shall be raised up in time to come. You ain't tripping off none of that. That's how you get your higher grades dealing with the Creator. You dig? Now, I was thinking if all of us had that same type of mindset. All right, it ain't about me, it's about you. When we work and strive to raise each other up, I pour into you. Worry about me later. You know what I mean? But so if a spirit come to you talking like this and inspiring you to be selfless and to help others and to do good to others, regardless if you prosper or not. Help that old lady in the house with them groceries, boy. Look at this. And you can care little about your prosperity on earth. Look at this. For the revelations of the second resurrections come from the light of my holy counsel, who have abandoned their earthly habits and desires. So it ain't an angel of the second resurrection if it got anything to do with your earthly desires. Or earthly habits, that ain't no angel of the second resurrection. That's a low angel right there. Knowing that the way of rising up everlastingly is by constantly putting away the conditions below. Now see this? Ooh, wait. Wow. Your God comes not as an individual, neither do my lords, nor holy angels, though they come in my name. I come in legions of thousands and millions. It ain't no individual he's sending to you. Alright? Like they roll as a brotherhood. You understand? They roll as a team. That's how it works. I come in legions of thousands and millions, nor does the inspiration from my kingdom vary one fraction from what it has ever been. Nor does the inspiration from my kingdom vary one fraction from what it has ever been, except in greater fullness. He said it only gets better. It only gets better. According to the increase of capacity in mortals to receive knowledge. The spirit of my heavens pervades my words. Through my holy angels I have spoken to you from my youth up. And in my revelations you perceive the touch of my hand. I cry out order, purity, discipline, justice, and good works, or retribution. Oh man, beware of angels who say, listen to this. Oh man. And y'all, we in a time of high visitation. The unseen realm is becoming more and more seen as days go by. So you need to understand the character of the Creator. You need to understand even the character of these false deities and makeshift gods you got in your shoebox. You need to understand that. All right? Oh man, beware of angels who say, in heaven there is no organization, no God, no holy council, no discipline, no order, no teaching, no self-denial, or who say there is no Yahuah, nor God of his, nor any government in heaven, or who say there is no bondage after death, no place or condition of suffering, or who say when you die your spirit shall enter paradise and dwell in perpetual ease and glory, or who say heaven is an endless summer land with silvery rivers and golden boats for all, or who say, eat, drink, and enjoy yourself for the gratification of your earthly passions, for when you are dead, your path shall be straight to glory, or who say, heap up riches, but there is no punishment after death, or who say, do not turn your thoughts into your own soul to discover your ungodliness, for when you are dead, your spirit shall revel in bliss. Or who say the angel world is a place of progression without self-abnegation and good works. Ain't no progression without being selfless and good works. Ain't no progression. Right? He's telling you, don't listen to any of these spirits who say this. You know, it's not of Creator. Those are low-ranking angels, spirits of darkness. Look at this. Who says, behold me, I am from the highest, most exalted sphere, or from a far-off star. Or who says, I have visited the planets. Or who says, resurrection comes by reincarnation. Here it goes again. Yeah, that reincarnation is off. Reincarnation is off. Crazy part about it, reincarnation and resurrection, reincarnation and bodily resurrection, should I say, is in the Nazarene gospel. Just be real with you, it is. You dig? But either that resonate with you or don't. To me, perpetual everlasting resurrection makes more sense. Makes more sense. You know what I mean? That's just me though. Alright. But I gotta keep it real with you. Reincarnation is spoken about in the gospel of the Nazarenes. Alright, or the gospel of the Holy 12 or whatever. You dig? So just being real. Alright, now look at this. Who says resurrection comes by reincarnation? First a stone, then lead, then silver, then gold, then a tree, then a worm, then an animal, and then man. The Hindus believe a lot of that. Or that a spirit re-enters the womb and is born again in mortality. Or who says you are blessed for a host of ancient spirits attend you. You have a great mission. For all of these, look at these. For all of these are the utterances of the angels of the first resurrection. These are low angels. These are low angels. And all those angels are for self. They're very selfish. All those angels are for self. And looking for ways to advance you, physically speaking. Meanwhile, the angels of the second resurrection are all about light, brotherhood, raising you up. You understand? And then their perspective is from the heavens down. The spirit of the dead or angel of the first resurrection, their vantage point is from the earth up. That's how you know. You see how you can tell, like this is being very, very proactive. Now you can tell when you're being tempted what kind or what resurrection of angel it is that's tempting or inspiring you. Now you know. You know the difference between the first resurrection angels and the second resurrection angels. Y'all see that? If y'all get some understanding so far, give me a 2 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up. You dig? Marvelous Mac, baby.